Anthony's are here with the doctor, Andy Howe in the house para sa laban ng Barangay Ginebra Kings and the talk and text phone pals. There on your screens, of course, Mark Jones, the import of the Barangay Ginebra Kings. Lipat naman tayo sa kabilang panig. Starting out for them is Jerome Ejercito.
Number 33, Victor Pablo.
Playing the two position, Victor Pablo. Man in the middle, Asi Taulava. Norman Gonzalez at yung kanilang import na si Brandon Williams.
Well, it's nice to see Jerome Ejercito come back after missing a couple of games dahil nagkaroon ng injury yan, no? And medyo siya talaga ang starting point guard dito para sa talk and text. Ang Ginebra naman, yung mga veterano sila Baldavid, LIMPOT-MENESES, Wilmer Ong, saka si Jun Limpot together with Mark Jones.
Itong si Norman Gonzalez naman, Doc, ano kaya yung justification ni Coach Louis Alas?
Well, I think so that he can keep Jericho Dinera on the bench and make him come off the bench and still have a big lineup. Now, si Norman Gonzalez, although maybe only about 6'3", and he plays big, no? And he's a good defender against imports or people at the low post area. Pangalawa, medyo masipag rin magtrabaho itong batang ito. So, sometimes makikita mo sa offensive board siya, nakaka-score, saka may jump shot naman sa corner shot siya, no?
It seems like a lot of the coaches trying to go to that strategy of having some of the more known players come off the bench. Kanina lang nakita natin yung Popcola Panthers with Coach Chot Reyes opting to go with guys like Nelson Aceitono, Johnny Abarrientos off the bench.
Well, Johnny Abarrientos off the bench has been a key for him in the last few games because napapansin niya they don't really have a good backup point guard. So by using Jojo at the point, medyo napapahinga niya si Johnny and still maintain a pretty good inside player, a veteran player that has a good outside shot.
Brandon Williams, his first shot will not go. Wala pa rin pong pumupunto sa laro to. Mark Jones. That could be an offensive foul and they will call it.
He was very clear on that play, Anthony, na si Mark Jones wanted to show up Brandon Williams. You could see the stutter step before as he tried to take him one-on-one. Instead of using some quickness to get around him, natawagan siya ng offensive foul.
Almost a minute gone dito po sa ating first quarter. And still no score. Pablo taking it to the hoop. His fall away. In and out. Ito naman si Vic Pablo. He has really been placed in the two position wherein ever since before he'd either play the 3, the 4, or the 5.
Yeah, he's a natural power forward or even a center during his school days. No? So it's a big adjustment to him. Actually, let's see the shot first. No? That is missed by Jerome Ejercito. Ang ginagawa ni Pablo naman is rumorotate yan. Eventually, he'll go to the post or he'll make those turnaround moves. But here he's matched up against LIMPOT-MENESES.
We'll see how he does on the defensive end.
I think Verhel is a little too quick for him on the outside, no? You can see that move of Verhel.
Opening up Bal for this jump shot. That's masyadong malakas.
Both teams struggling here at the start of the ball game. They haven't gone to Asi Taulava yet, no?
Well, kanina humingi siya ng pasa. Hindi siya binigyan ng pasa ni Jerome Ejercito. Tumira siya ng 3. Yan yung binabanggit mo, Doc. Vic Pablo still cannot buy a basket. Wala pa rin pumupunto sa larong ito.
More than 2 minutes gone by. Gray's gonna take it strong, and this is the right way, but he misses on the reverse to the dismay of the big Barangay Ginebra fans here dito sa Cuneta Astrodome.
Ito naman si Norman Gonzalez, hindi pa rin.
Saka may loose ball foul tayo dito kay Wilmer Ong.
Well, just when you thought you'd see the first basket of this ball game, you were wrong. Twice.
Yeah, yung kay Norman Gonzalez parang siguradong-sigurado na, libreng-libre na siya, no? Hindi man siya challenge ni Wilmer Ong doon, but medyo na-intimidate rin siya ng konti.
Ejercito sa ilob, short. Asi Taulava with the offensive board. His putback still will not go. Third servings, wala pa rin.
Hindi mahirapan ang statistician natin dito. 0 out of whatever attempt chef is still 0. Di ba?
This time they go to Limpot. Good up and under move. And that is the first point of the ball game.
Well, Limpot, what he did there was he posted deep, no? And he came running off the transition of the rebound play. So he had only Norman Gonzalez behind him. Ang tingin niya, kaya ko ito pag nakuha ko sa ilalim nito.
Talk and test now. trying to set up.
They're not developing any plays, actually. This is a one-on-one move there by Brandon Williams. Gandang pasa yan.
What a move here from Mark Jones. Ayaw niya ng mga easy up and under. Pinahirapan pa niya, Doc.
Pero kanina kasi napahiya na siya doon sa kanyang reverse. Taka muna, ulitin ko nga. Give me a chance, you know. Give me a break.
And he was given the 2 points. Taulaban, nahihirapan sa ilalim. Against Wilmer Ong. Pwede siyang katawanin ni Wilmer Ong.
Slippery floor, and it's a 2-on-1 situation for the Red Shirts. Pasahan sila. Goodbye para kay Berhel.
Early timeout here called by the New Technology Motolite, mas pangmatagalan. Welcome back to the Connected Astrodome. Anthony Suntay here with the Dr. Andy Howe. 6-0 po ang ating score. Lamang ang Barangay Ginebra.
Well, at least you can see here a play set up immediately for Brandon Williams and a good offensive rebound there by Norman Gonzalez. Kasi mahirap yung rumibang pag hindi mo alam kailan titira yung kakampi mo, hindi ba?
At ito si Brandon Williams talaga, you know, looking at these games, hindi mo talaga alam kung
when he's
kailan
gonna
siya
shoot.
titira.
If you give him the ball and you don't set him up, you're in trouble. As you take a look at our slow-mo of this great shot there by Mark Jones.
That piece of mega action brought to you by PLDT Mega Million Sweepstakes 135. Dial 1351 for a chance to win. Araw-araw ang bola, milyon-milyon ang pera sa Mega Million Sweepstakes 135.
Balita ko, marami nga sumasali dyan parati, no? Dahil ang pagkakataon, ang ganda naman ng pasa ni Berhel. No look pass to Jun Limpot. Limpot has 4 in the ball game. It's an 8-0 lead here para sa Barangay. Struggling, another offensive board para kay Taulaba. Idinala na niya, binuhat na niya lahat ng mga kalaban niya.
And it seemed like ito si Banjo Calpito didn't know where the ball was.
Well, Banjo Calpito came in during that timeout para kay Ong. Tignan naman ito, walang tingin na pasa na ginawa dito ni Vergel Meneses, no?
Well, that piece of mega action brought to you by PLDT Mega Million Sweepstakes 135. Dial 1351 for a chance to win. Araw-araw ang bola, milyon-milyon ang pera sa Mega Million Sweepstakes 135.
Balik si Wilmer Ong, siguro may pinagsabihan lang kay Wilmer Ong, kaya binasok muna si Calpito. Pangalawa, you can see that most of the points of Ginebra are coming off transition plays, no? 2 of them actual clear fast breaks, the other one a quick move from their backcourt to the front court post up for Jun Limpot.
Alam mo, Doc, sinasabi nga na, the hardest basket is always the first
one. Even the hardest win, you might even say. Like Alaska struggled to win their first game, but they have won 2 games in a row. But the first one came after losing 5 in a row. And there were some close games there, no? Sa mahirap talagang manalo hanggang makuha mo yung una. Pareho na dito sa puntos na ito.
Hindi pa rin sila makapuntos.
Ito, lusot yata si Hercito dito, pero hindi, akala ko hindi pa papasok.
Well, almost. Finally, talk and text on the board. Down by 6 points.
Isolation play dito para kay Vergel, no?
Ito yung sinasabi mo, talaga mahihirapan si Vic Pablo.
Nasundutan,
Vergel just loses possession.
Williams controlling the ball a lot. Ayan si Asi, nasa ilalim, mahirap pintuin niya pag ganyan. And a 3-point play coming up.
Kakasabi mo lang, Doc, ang pinakamahirap yung first basket. After that, sometimes the floodgates open, tuloy-tuloy na yan.
Saka parang yung nabubuhayan ka na ng loob, di ba? Kasama nga Anthony.
That's exactly, I think, what's happening now to talk and text ngayon.
Sila naman ang may momentum. But si Taulabas missed 3 free throws already in this first quarter.
And that's surprising because he's really worked on his shooting.
They tried to go backdoor, pero inaccurate pass by Meneses to Mark Jones. Ito si Wilmer Ong, papalitan ka agad dito. Si Piodo ang papasok dito. Matagal na natin hindi nakikita ito si Piodo, whom they drafted this year. Showed some good signs doon sa All-Filipino, lalo na doon sa mga pre-season games nila. It's about 6'4", maybe 6'4 and a half. Pero inexperienced pa of the PBA's game.
Well, some experimentation going on right now para sa Barangay Ginebra Kings.
This is where they miss Crisano a lot. You know, the 6'6 player, plays center, tough, has great mobility, mabilis, malakas tumalon. Yun ang kailangan nila i-match up sa mga malalaki katulad nila Asi Taulaban na nawawala sa kanila, no?
A double team. Parang madulas ata yung bola na yan, Doc.
Yeah, you know, well, I'll explain that later as the shot clock is down to 2 seconds.
Meneses knows it. He puts it
Bail
out.
out. 2-point shot lang yun, ha?
Only a long two.
But he'll take it because it was like a forced shot, no? Because of the situation.
Wala na rin talaga silang magagawa.
Gagawa, yeah.
Taulava sa ilalim. Against Piodo. Ejercitos 3. Short.
And a loose ball foul dito.
Loose ball foul, number 9, June Limpot.
They will give it to June Limpot, his second personal foul, Doc.
That hurts because, like I said, they don't have a lot of big men, and they don't have a big man as good as June Limpot on offense, no? On that bench. So masakit yung para sa Barangay Ginebra.
Seems like Ronald Magtul is getting off the bench.
They might have to play smaller, no? There's a nice hook by Taulaba. Offensive rebound ni Norman Gonzalez.
At yan talagang taking advantage of the lack of height that you were mentioning, Doc. And in just a few minutes, or a few seconds rather, they will get even shorter.
And you know, it's really hard when you're double teaming a guy for you to rotate and still be able to box out a good offensive rebounder katulad nitong si Norman Gonzalez. So it's always ideal if you can have a team match up straight up against one guy. The minute you have to double team and you do have to make a lot of rotating moves sa iyong depensa, yung mga offensive rebounders ng kabila talagang malilibre. Yung mahirap mo i-box out, madaling sabihin pero hindi mo na magagawa dahil umiikot na sila, no?
And Norman Gonzalez misses everything here.
Yeah, you know, the Talk and Text team has been struggling from the free throw line, huh?
I think by my count
They
they're
haven't
0-4.
scored. Yeah, they haven't scored, no? Ito, medyo yan. At least you get it back to 20%. By the way, the New York Yanks lost again, huh? So they're
That's
down
right.
0-2.
I saw that game this morning.
I couldn't leave it. They had all the chances, huh?
Exactly. Pero ganun talaga yung laro. Sinasabi nila talagang bilog yung bola.
Yeah. Tsaka siguro marami rin nagdadasal na iba naman mag-champion.
Oo, kasi
Nakakasawa
nakakasawa na. Sila na lang sila.
But it's not over yet. Anyway, there was a violation there called against Mark Jones. He was stepping on the end line as he tried to make that reverse move again on his defender.
Ito na ang Talk and Text. Down by 5.
Low scoring ball game ito, ah. That's a good shot that again Taulaba is just dominating and clearing everybody off. Doon nakagalit si Ron Jacobs dahil parang sabi niya tinutulak niya, but Taulaba is just big. You know, he gets in there, you're small. You know, that's your problem.
I was about to say na talaga tinulak na lang niya si Piodo. Sabi niya, malis ka rito. Fall away from Mark Jones.
That's a hard shot. That's a hard shot. Jordan makes that shot. Not too many players can do that. Ayan na naman siya sa ilalim, pero ngayon natawagan na siya ng offensive foul.
Offensive foul, number 55, Asi Taulava.
Splitting his case with rookie referee Guevara. Maybe, alam mo si Asi mabait yan eh. Even when we played them and there was a move that he made, he hurt one of them. He came after the game and said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And I told him, Asi, I know you. Kilala kita, no? I've known you since you were in the amateurs in the PBL. No? He's a nice fellow.
Talagang yan ang gentle giant.
He's a nice fellow.
Valdavid, in and out.
Asi really should dominate in this game because the other Ginebra just doesn't have a big man to match him. Oh, but that was a poor pass by Pablo.
Yun ang nagmadali talaga.
Yeah, because Asi hadn't set himself properly, no? And the pass was coming.
Alam mo, I guess this is also a tribute to your team, Doc. Yung Batang Red Bull. The fact that after itong si Antonio Lang showed that he would always steal early, it seems like all the other teams here in the PBA right now are doing that.
Well, it's nice because whatever you learn from players from the imports, especially a guy who has had NBA experience, it makes our players better, di ba? So you like that. This is a three-point shot that anybody can do. He can do it.
And long distance shot brought to you by 40 cents PLDT IDD. Anytime, anywhere, any PLDT phone. You were saying, Doc?
Well, you know, yun ang katulad niyan, that kind of a three-point shot, our players know that. We have got a lot of players that can do. That's an illegal defense called against Talk and Text, rightfully called. That's just going to be a warning against their team.
Norman Gonzalez, first offense is a warning.
Pero yun na napansin ko, Taulava and some of the other teams are also going to that seal early strategy.
Well, the seal early allows, you know, you see that a lot in U.S. college basketball, when they set up their plays. And it's always an advantage to have a big man seal off because it's hard to stop him.
Yodo. Ito si Valdavid sa loob.
And the Flash doing his thing. Parang simple yung layup niya off the glass to give Barangay Ginebra a 4-point lead. I'm glad scoring is beginning to pick up now with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left dito sa first quarter for both teams.
Balik sila kay Taulava. Super full kasil tapos there from Barangay Ginebra.
Meneses is showing his patience in this game. Hindi siya namimilit ng tira. Nice pass. Pero inabot ng 3 seconds si Jones. Sayang si Pioto. Naka-2 puntos na sana ako. Nawalan pa, sabi niya gano'n.
Well, we have a timeout on the floor from Taulava.
Only 4 seconds on the shot clock. That's Camaso also in the ball game now here for Talk and Text. Ooh, nice move there by Jerome Hercito.
At tabla na po tayo.
About 70 seconds left dito sa ating first quarter. Isolation play dito para kay Mark Agiwa.
Well, now we have the two blonde bombers.
That's short.
Well, that was a super full kasil tapal if you ask me kasi talaga nakuha ni Taulava yun.
Medyo natapik niya yun, no? Ooh, that's a nice matchup there for Taulava.
Mukhang mahirap pa talaga yung Barangay Ginebra mag-matchup kay Taulava because they just don't have anybody with his height and his size.
But they will always double team to force him to give up the ball, no? And they'll take the outside shot of Talk and Text. Ito, 3-point shot ni Helterbrand. Gonna have a low-scoring first quarter. Ooh, this is long from downtown.
And Jones will foul Brandon Williams, sending him to the line for 3.
That was a 28-footer, no? If you give the guy a shot, if he makes it, sorry na lang, no? You challenge it, but you don't foul him. Yun ang sinasabi ni Coach Alan Caide because he turned away. A little surprised that Jones gave up a foul like that.
Masakit yun. And Brandon Williams, a very good free throw shooter.
Just like Skia Jones, hindi ba? Yung mga ibang ating mga imports dito. Brandon Williams only has 3 points. And he has taken a lot of shots. So, but to prove that everybody is human, he misses the first.
Pero ito si Askia Jones, hindi pa ata nagmi-miss dito sa konferensya natin.
I don't know. I was listening to Kinito once. By the way, happy birthday kasamang Kinito tomorrow, no? It was like a 91% free throw shooter. I don't know if that's the statistic at that time, but siguro baka isang miss.
Very, because I think he's shooting about 95% from the line.
So 1 or 2 misses at the most, no? And that's for a guy who also goes to the free throw line a lot, no? Hindi bali kung paminsan-minsan ka lang napapasyal dyan.
Okay lang, di ba? You will not do too much damage.
Correct. 16-14, 2-point lead.
They're allowing Mark Agiwa to break down this defense.
That is a bad thing kasi I think nag-illegal defense. Foul yung foul. Yung binigay na talaga niya yung foul.
Well, katulad din sinabi mo, only the first team foul here for Talk and Text.
They still have 4 to give, no? Of course, kung nasa act of shooting, bibigyan ng free throw shots yan. I wanna deny. Okay, Helterbrand is the one isolated. Agiwa is gonna go. Nice pass. Oh, and a foul by Demape. But Grace was not able to complete a possible 3-point play, no, if he had made the shot.
That should have been an easy 3-point play para kay Mark Jones. Ang kalaban na niya sa ilalim si
Demape.
Si Gilbert Demape.
And that's a great pass there by Kagiwa, no? But Jones trying to hold the ball with one hand, hindi niya na-control na mabuti. But he makes up for it. I made the shot. I made the free throw shot.
Sabi niya, pwede naman tabla pagkatapos ng first quarter. Of course, 2.8 seconds remaining.
Still a lot of time.
Yes, still a chance for Talk and Text.
Even for Ginebra, if they get a steal off that, or they got to throw this.
Kagiwa playing good safety. Foul itong si
Brandon Williams.
could be Brandon Williams, yes.
Foul number 11, Brandon Williams. That's his first.
Mo si magtulis, madikit rin magdumipensa yan. Sometimes he can be bothersome, you know. And you have a tendency to want to push him away from you, no?
And that's exactly what Brandon Williams did. At nahuli siya.
Ginebra playing a lot on the high post. Oh, that's a case of illegal defense.
Legal defense on the phone fouls committed by number 6, Even Dimape.
Well, si Dimape sumunod ka agad kay Jones kahit wala pa yung bola ron. And that is a no-no.
Because you're not supposed to double team a guy without the ball. But of course, there's the number of seconds that they have to count. Mark Kagiwa still scoreless in this first quarter. But I think a chance. He's usually an accurate free throw shooter. And masakit sa kanya against, remember that game where they lost, he missed one free throw.
That's right.
Then eventually, you know, that was the killer because nakashoot ang Santa Lucia pabalik, no?
He stops, he pops, that's short.
Fran really is one of the best defenders of people that play in the perimeter, especially if they're his size, no? Talagang he'll follow, he'll fight picks. He's going to be open for this three-point shot, but is this Jerry there? Oh, good move by Jerry Cordillera, the defense minister, but really one of the better veterans of the PBA, no?
Talaga na alam natin sa depensa talagang maasahan siya.
Ito naman yung kilos ni Jerry and yun ang foul ni Jojo Helterbrand, ha?
That piece of action brought to you by PLDT Mega Million Sweepstakes 135. Dial 1351 for a chance to win. Araw-araw ang bola, milyon ang pera sa Mega Million Sweepstakes 135.
Nakakaiyak yung free throw shooting dito ng talk and text because they should be up by 6-7 points right now if they were pretty decent with free throw shots, no? Jerry missing first and turning away and making the second one.
At ngayon, lamang na po sila ng isang puntos. Pero katulad nga na sinabi, napakasayang, no? Napakarami mga missed opportunities from the free throw line ang talk and text.
Now you see Barangay Ginebra started this game with an 8-0 run, but right now they're trailing because they're lacking in offense, no?
Well, the moment Jun Limpot left this game with 2 personal fouls, talagang naubusan yung offensive might.
Jones complaining that he was hacked there as the ball went out. Good thing for them, nasa kanila pa possession na Anthony. They do have 21 seconds on their shot clock.
Right. Piodo. Good tap there from Williams. Parang nagkakahiyaan sila sa kanila opensa, ano?
Well, Piodo is not going to take many shots, no? He's not going to take a 15, 17 footer. He probably wants to get a layup first so he can get the feel. Nice pass. Ayan, Magtulis, bailout, 3-point shot. PLDT long distance shot, huh?
That's right. Long distance shot brought to you by 40 cents. PLDT, IDD, anytime, anywhere.
That's illegal defense by Ginebra. That should be called. I don't know if, yes, it is. What Magtulis did was he hanged around the middle, never went back to his man, then went back to try to double team on Brandon Williams, which should not be allowed.
Well, tinawagan po sila ng illegal defense. Ginebra, though, now with a 2-point lead at 19-17.
Williams, a nice move. Alam na alam niya eh.
Wow! That was a No Fear slam brought to you by No Fear Jeans USA. Face your fears, live your dreams.
Huli.
Back-to-back slams.
Yes, this one easy layup. Masyado maaga ang take-off niya, no? But he got a very nice steal off the cross-court pass.
And talk and text now up. Williams, hindi nahihiya tumira yan.
He wanted to go for 3 in a row. Two easy shots and 1 3-point shot.
Helterbrand, bad pass.
Ginebra's got to settle down here a little bit. They're trying to rush up the game, but the defense of Talk and Text is holding them down.
Jones.
Yes.
At tabla na naman po tayo, but obviously, without yung offense na nasanay yung Barangay Ginebra, which is to start at the post always with Jun Limpot.
Jun Limpot. They're struggling.
Talagang nagsastruggle sila. A miss there from Talk and Text. Here comes Barangay Ginebra.
Trying to take the lead on this offensive play. 8 minutes left dito sa ating second quarter.
Jones against Cordillera.
Nice move by Kagiwa. Patrick Fran lost him. Nag-backdoor si Kagiwa doon. Si Patrick Fran caught looking at where the ball is and didn't know where his man went.
But regardless, that was also not an easy shot from Kagiwa.
Pero alam naman natin, this guy is capable of making hard shots. Camaso, 3-point shot. That's his specialty.
Long distance shot brought to you by 40 cents PLDT IDD. Anytime, anywhere, any PLDT phone.
Foul number 17.
Talk and Text now up by 1.
His first team foul.
Seesaw battle we're watching right now. Once again, welcome back to the Cuneta Astrodome. Anthony Suntari with the doctor, Andy Howe. Jones, nothing doing. Fran. They go to the import. That's the fall away of Jordan.
And he is really not a gun-shy type of player. We have to look at his stats at the half on how many attempts he has. Open si Piodo doon, no? He couldn't get the ball to him.
Magtulis for a long 3. That's short.
Williams didn't let the ball go out, but his teammates were hoping, let it go out. It's our ball. And 30 timeout.
New technology Motolite, mas pang matagalan. 26-23 is our score here in our second quarter. Lamang ng tatlo ang Talk and Text. And they get another possession. Williams all the way to the hole.
And he's fouled there, I think, by Magtulis.
Foul number 47, Mark.
It's on Mark Kagiwa.
His first 13.
Si Magtulis yung kasama niyang bumagsak.
2 free throws for Brandon Williams.
With 6 minutes and 20 seconds left dito sa ating second quarter, it's really surprising that Jun Limpot hasn't come back to the game, no? Because it's obvious that Ginebra is struggling without his presence. And Piodo is relatively new if you compare him to either Wilmer Ong or Calpito, who has also shown some good games. I think Alan Kaidig needs a good big man. LIMPOT-MENESES is about to come back here. They also need him for his offense.
Well, you just beat me to the punch, Doc. I was about to ask you, when can we expect Jun Limpot to check back into the ball game?
Well, Meneses is coming back, but I think Limpot maybe by the second timeout somewhere here, they should be able to bring him back into the game, and they should bring him back to the game.
Helterbrand out to Jones. Jones jumper short.
That's a foul on Jerry Cordillera pushing. Good call.
Kita ng referee yun.
Number 44, Jerry Cordillera.
And that was directly in front of us, Doc.
Yeah.
For JJ Helterbrand.
Wilmer Ong is also about to come back together with Asitaw Laba, no? But they'll have to wait for the next dead ball situation. Kasi medyo nahuli sila rumiport doon. Si Verhel kanina pa nandun yun. So, tama-tama, nakapasok na si Verhel.
Magtulis for 3. That's short. Kagiwa, wow, skies over everybody.
That's what you call hustle, no? And then he makes the shot in front of your face. Yun ang masakit.
Mark Kagiwa brings Barangay Ginebra to within 3.
28-25.
Another nice move here from Brandon Williams. Alam mo, hindi mo alam kung iikot, mag-fade away, iikot, papasok sa loob.
He keeps the defensive player guessing. Let's take a look at this. After the offensive rebound, Kagiwa, one-on-one, shoots it in the face of Demape. Yan ang ating magandang super action dyan, mega action.
Exactly. Brought to you by PLDT Mega Million Sweeps Text 135. Dial 1351 for a chance to win. Araw-araw ang bola, milyon-milyon ang pera sa Mega Million Sweeps Text 135.
This time, iba naman. He just shoots it quickly, no?
Patrick Fran. This time they go to the big man. Taulava gets another opportunity. Ademape, titira yan. But they still can't buy a basket from the outside.
That's why the score is low, 28-25, especially for a team like Ginebra, who's been averaging over 100.
Magtulis was inside, he kicked it out. Jones, tatlong sumusunod sa kanya. Here's talk and text. Camaso inside.
That was the secondary break. Now you could see that nauna na si Demape and Taulaba was on the other wing, but Camaso came into the middle. It became a 3-2 situation and an easy layup for him.
Talk and text now, up by 5. Meneses, laban kay Fran. This time for 3. Wala pa rin, nahirapan si Meneses dito makascore.
So he's coming cold off the bench, no?
That was handed straight to Verhel.
It's like a pitcher.
Nabigla, no?
Yeah.
Si Meneses around the corner, but this is the earliest Christmas gift I've gotten. Jones for 3.
Yes.
Long distance shot brought to you by 40 cents. PLDT IDD. Anytime, anywhere, any PLDT phone.
Coach Louis Alas very, not satisfied with the way Camaso rotated, but did not go to the man who was open at the corner, no? Because when they double team, you expect the other players to make the moves. Williams coming up with a lot of moves, and he knocks down Magtulis there also, no?
Ilang beses na nahuhulog to si Magtulis sa larong to.
44, Ronald Magtulis. For even.
Third foul here for Ronald Magtulis.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Only a side court throw-in para sa talk and text.
Ginebra San Miguel just got their 15th foul, so they will be in the penalty again, Anthony. Talk and text only has 2 team fouls in this quarter.
They've really been able to take care of their fouls.
Yes.
Camaso sa labas para sa 3. Hindi papasok.
And you cannot say that Talk and Text is not defending. He never only has 28 points. So they're defending without giving up the fouls. Now you're watching this guy, who medyo asintado yan. That will hurt you, no? Talaba is a very good ball handler for his size. No? Williams almost took off from there.
Steal here from Kagiwa. It's a 3-2 fast break. Jones gets the foul, was looking for a 3-point play, but will have to settle for 2 free throws.
Foul number 17, Patrick Fran, his second 13 foul.
Siguro mas maigi lang, tinira ni Williams yun, ano?
Correct. Rather than make that kind of a move, that's going to be another, this time a timeout called by Barangay Ginebra.
2:50 remaining. Dito po sa ating first half.
A school that's noted for their football players, no? So,
yun, alam ko, matagal na. Nung
bata pa tayo.
naglalaro pa tayo sa Lasal. Yan yung mga matitinik na kalaban natin. Xavier, Don Bosco.
They're noted for their football teams, no? Mark Jones here getting an opportunity with 2 free throws to tie the ball game with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. The low-scoring ball game, of course, favors the Talk and Text team, because if you look at their statistics, the lower it is, the better chances they have of winning. Ginebra is a team that likes to score high, get the running game going, which has not been in evidence here, except at the start of the ball game, in the first 4 minutes, where they had 4 or 6 points on the fast break quickly.
After that, talaga naging non-existent yung kanilang running game.
And Williams is just taking shots at will here. He's not making them.
Well, that seems to be the characteristic ng kanyang laro. Every time I see him play, talagang ganun yung He takes a jumper.
That's good defense, though.
And Williams will finish. Oh, no!
You could see it was not a good takeoff. It took off early, used that left hand.
Magtulis finishes on the other end.
Binitin pa ni Magtulis yun. So, 2-point lead. Now, Asitaw Laba wants the ball. Enough of Williams. Come to me, you know. I have a better matchup, you know, but he misses the layup of Wilmer Ong.
Alam mo, daming sayang talaga ng pagkakataon nito kupunan ng
Talk and text.
Be able to settle down in time.
That's going to be a jump ball, held ball situation.
Ito si Patrick Front talagang, this guy will not back down from anyone.
Well, it's a game. No? It's the game of basketball. It's not boxing. So, talaga kailangan matapang ka doon sa loob. No? Be willing to mix it up. No? As long as hindi lang magkakasakitan, di ba? Yun ang laro eh. That's the game of basketball. Easy tap there for Jones. Big advantage in height.
Kagiwa cannot shake off Patrick Fran. And Fran on the other end with a three. Masyado malakas.
The Talk in Texas has been given some good looks on the outside, especially the local players, but they've not been able to convert. A minute and 16 left dito sa ating second quarter. Post play dito para kay Meneses.
And look who's on him, Patrick Fran.
But Meneses likes this. Nice pass. Yan ang magaling kay Berhel and kay Jun Limpot. Berhel especially. Berhel can wait for the double team and he can make the pass.
Medyo nakatulog na kaunti si Brandon Williams too.
Yeah.
Asi, hirap na hirap sa ilalim.
Well, Wilmer is also very heavy. He's not mobile, but he's heavy. So, Asi cannot really back him down to a point where he can just take him away. Not like he did with Magtule or Kyoto or whatever, no?
Good steal here from Patrick Fran. They go to the rim for it. Williams with a bucket.
Last shot time here for Barangay Ginebra. Alang kay Dick waving to his point guard. Relax, bata. Cross the line and set up for the 1-4 play. Isolation play para kay Mark Kagiwa.
That's exactly what they set up to end the first quarter.
He's very, very deadly. I've seen him. He's very deadly from the top of the key. On the sides, well, he has more or less you can control him at the wings. But there are fouls to give here, and that's what Louis Wallace is telling his player. They still have a foul to give with 4.7 seconds left. Pwede niyong gamitin yan. Yan, gamitin mo na ngayon. Pero hindi na niya nagamit. Tumira si Berhel.
And fortunately for Talk and Text, Berhel does not make the shot. Welcome back to the Cunat Astrodome for second half action. Asitaw Lava trying to dominate inside and fails to do so.
Well, he never covered him well as he tried to make that spin to get that shot off. So it was not a good shot, no? Meanwhile, Jun Limpot nasa loob na naman ng laro. He's being defended here by Norman Gonzalez. Fadeaway shot. 2 points.
Well, he's fresh if you really look at it, Doc.
Yeah, pwede maging blessing in disguise yan dahil matagal siya nakaupo. He only played 7 of the 24 minutes of the first half, but a 3-point shot here. PLDT long distance shot by Jerome Ejercito.
That long distance shot brought to you by 40 cents. PLDT IDD. Anytime, anywhere, any PLDT phone.
1-point lead for Barangay Ginebra. Libre naman si Bal David. He can get it back. Hindi naman pumasok.
Masyado na malakas. Ball falling in the hands of Jun Limpot.
Oh, nobody's guarding Meneses.
And Jun Limpot just loses the handle. Taulava ang may dala ng bola. It looked like a double dribble.
And he missed a layup again. It was a double dribble.
Poetic justice, Doc.
Yeah. Bal David.
Bal David has made the living out of that scoop shot layup of his.
He has 4 points in the ball game right now. Back to Williams. Ooh, he can fly, but he didn't fly high enough. Oh, nobody's covering Bal David. What do they expect? Yes, that's number one wrong in a fast break. You're supposed to defend the basket. And the guy defending the basket moved away from Bal David, giving him an open lane.
That is something I have... Whew. Ano pa masasabi natin, Doc? Talaga nabigla ako ron eh.
I wish I could get that when I play, no? So para makakuha ka ng layup, at least down the middle, walang dumidepensa sa'yo.
At yun ang unang dapat pigilin mo, yung may dala ng bola.
Because he's the most dangerous person, no? 17 seconds on the shot clock dito para sa Talk and Text. They're down by 5 now. Biggest lead was at 8 points para sa Barangay Ginebra.
Pablo, sa loob. Nothing doing.
Wilmer Ong siguro may foul dyan. Yep.
They will give it to Wilmer Ong. Ito si Asitaw Lava hindi naman na frustrate kahit hindi siya gumagana sa opensa. He's fighting for every offensive board he can get.
Well, that's his game, no? It's a strong move, but a little too strong off the glass. So the two top players of Talk and Text are struggling in this ball game.
Meneses. Iniwasan to si Norman Gonzalez. But Gonzalez will pick up the foul.
Norman Gonzalez. Banjo Calvillo for Wilmer Ong.
Wilmer Ong did a decent job against Asitaw Laba. But he's in foul trouble. So si Calpito naman ang gagamitin ng mga Kings to try to stop Asitaw Laba's inside game.
At parang ito si Calpito, ni-reserve talaga nila para sa second half. Valdavid open for 3. And that was a PLDT IDD long distance shot.
Slowly but surely, Barangay Ginebra establishing a good lead. This matches their biggest lead of the ball game.
Williams, gustong bumawi. Losing the shoe. He's asking to call a timeout.
Yeah, they can call a timeout because there is a dead ball situation. 30-second timeout used by the foam pass for him to put back that shoe.
Let's take a look at what happened. This is exactly what occurred. Napakabilis ng kanyang first step. Naiwan yung sapatos.
Maybe take that step to the quarterfinals. Get a good step against everybody on a possible twice-to-beat advantage.
Right.
Ang Ginebra naman ay hoping to win this one and try to tie for 4th spot right now. Nagtatawa na itong dalawang mga kaibigan natin.
Well, you know, after what happened to Brandon Williams, that was the first time the entire Coliseum howled in unison.
Whether you're for Ginebra or for your Talk and Text, no?
Sa ilalim, Jones, muntik na napaganda.
As he has hold on a lot of rebounds here. Posting and nadulas. Pwede yan, tuloy yan.
Limpot playing the passing lanes. Norman Gonzalez came from the outside.
That gets me.
And that was a PLDT IDD long distance shot, but
ito, pinawi naman ni Mike Jones.
Sabi naman ni Jones, I can do it as well. That too was a PLDT IDD long distance shot. Well, the fans of Barangay Ginebra still howling. Look at what happened.
Tingnan mo ito, he's on the outside. I don't know if he's already in, no? When it passes.
Hindi pa siya nakaka-establish.
Yeah, 1 foot is up in the air, no?
Well, a three-point shot on one end. Brandon Williams. Sumagot naman yung kabilang import. Mark Jones.
That's 2 points. You give him the baseline and nobody's helping you out there. That's 2 points. That's too easy a shot. No? Calpito gave him that baseline opening.
46-40 is our score. 6-point lead para sa Barangay Ginebra. Jones free. That is a No Fear slam. Brought to you by No Fear Jeans USA. Face your fears. Live your dreams. What a statement from Mark Jones.
Buhay na sila bigla, no? I mean, si Jones parang ginanahan bigla, no? And he's trying to pump up his teammates. At the same time, you have the fans there trying to pump them up.
Look at this, Mark Jones.
Oh, get out of there.
Jump as high as I can.
Inulit dito sa ating...
Ouch! At ganadong-ganado na to si Mark Jones. Well, Ejercito with a PLDT IDV long distance shot, just as effective as that dunk of Mark Jones.
And one more point. 3-point shot yan eh.
Natapis na naman yung lamang ng Barangay Ginebra. They're just up by 5.
Now, Norman Gonzalez having problems defending against Jun Limpot. I think this might be the reason why Jerry Codinera is coming into the ball game. Baka kailangan na niya si Jerry bumantay dito kay Jun Limpot.
And as we mentioned, Jun Limpot, even if he's not scoring,
he does a lot of things. Those 3.
David sa loob. He gets fouled by Norman Gonzalez.
Foul number 19, Norman Gonzalez. Jerry Codinera for Norman Gonzalez.
You can see they realize now they have to have a different matchup against Jun Limpot. And Jerry is the best matchup that they can have.
Well, birthday greetings going out to one of the fans of the PBA, Wayne Benitez from Cavite City. Happy birthday to you.
Kasama na rin si Willie Marshall.
Willie Marshall,
Although
bukas daw si Kinito Henson.
Bukas si Kinito. I know that because he's the same as my mother. Oh, ba't nung babatiin si Willie? Wala naman pinadadala.
Ay, hindi ko nga binabati.
Hindi talaga dapat batiin.
24-second shot clock violation.
I saw his wallet kanina. It was fake wad. But nothing's coming out.
Can you spell kuripot?
Hindi, mabagal talaga draw mo si Willie. Mabagal mag-draw si Willie. Kung makakaubo yan, patay na yan. Hindi makakabunot ng baril.
Nothing doing from Brandon Williams. Limpot ngayon.
Jerry's tough. Not easy to get a shot. Oh, but Limpot makes a different arcing shot. Back to a 7-point lead dito para sa Barangay Ginebra, who you can say more or less has controlled this ball game. Huh?
Well, they got off to an 8-0 start. Pablo Salabas, short. New technology Motolite, mas pang matagalan. Welcome back to the Cuneta Astrodome. Anthony Suntay with the doctor, Andy Howe, bringing to this ball game between Barangay Ginebra and Talk and Text. Lamang po ng 7 ang koponan ng Kings. Calpito. Nothing doing. Mark Jones working down low for opportunities yun, Doc.
That's right. And they were working hard.
They go to Taulava. His hook is good.
You know, when Taulava can put that ball down on the floor and you're not going to be double teaming, you're not going to be able to stop him. He's big, you know, and he's strong.
And he's got skills.
Yeah, and he dribbles the ball pretty well. So if you put down that ball on the floor, you're in trouble.
Williams with that defensive board. And Taulava is running.
Not a bad pass. Medyo nag-apura ng konti dito si Ejercito. He saw Taulaba ceiling and he said, if I can get the pass to him, 2 points na yan.
Exactly.
Pero hindi na-anticipate ni Taulaba yung dating ng bola. Field goals in this quarter, Ginebra's doing well. 7 out of 12, which is 55%. Talk and Text, only 4 out of 14.
Those
30% lang yan, pare.
Tama. Those stats brought to you by QuickType. The all-in-one glue technology by Loctite.
Jun Limpot, after the miss, the second chance. So he's making up for lost time. 7 minuto lang linaro ni Jun Limpot ng first quarter dahil na 2 fouls kagad siya, pero bumabawi siya dito sa third quarter.
At sabi mo nga, fresh na fresh talaga siya. Ejercito, not that time. Taulava.
He stays with, yes, because on the way out that tap by Jones, actually he tapped it and he was outside. No?
And he was still trying to plead his case. Sabi niya, bola namin? Hindi. Alam ko, sabi niya, tama ka.
Baka maisa mo referee, tumawag para sa iyo. 3-point attempt here. Strong.
Williams, masyado malakas. And the ball will go to Barangay Ginebra.
I think that's a good call. I think Jerry knew it, that he leaped for it and he tried to keep it. Ball tried to challenge it and it went off his hands. Jerry goes back on defense.
Here's that matchup. Meneses versus Pablo. Limpot sa labas. That would have been a three-pointer. And as he wants to finish,
he struggled that. He was not able to use the glass of that shot. Gusto niyang gamitin sana yung banda para sigurado, but pumasok rin. So the lead is down to only 5 with 3 minutes and 21 seconds left.
Meneses, laban kay Pablo. Pablo allowing Meneses to go to his left. This time to his strong suit, which is his right.
Jerry with a strong move, and that's a good play by Hercito. He did not force the fast break. What he did was he attracted the double team because he had a mismatch on Baldavid. Then the second.
And that miss from Jones.
You know,
Talk and text once more.
we know Talk and Text is an explosive team. Oh, that's double dribble. Talk and Text is an explosive team shown against Santa Lucia. They were down by 17.
Welcome back to the Cuneta Astrodome. Super Vulcasil topple there from Asi Taulava. And he gets rewarded in the other end, not yet.
Well, there were some substitutions for Barangay Ginebra, especially in the backcourt. Yung dalawang magkapatid, magkambal sa tuko. Si Helterbrand at saka si Kagiwa coming in for Baldavid and Vergel Meneses, because napansin ni Alan Kaidik na medyo fast break ang Talk and Text. Eh, napapagod na yung kanyang mga veterano. So he gets some quick players into the game.
The Cruz brothers are in town.
Cruz brothers. Williams trying to post up here against Jones. Back him down slowly. Then take... Oh, good defense by Mark Jones. What a shot there by Williams.
Talaga si Jones hindi gumalaw sa pwesto niya, no?
He did not bike into the fake. Williams wanted to fake him and then get him to commit. Then he would take the jump shot.
Jones against the double team.
The illegal defense is called against Talk and Text. Alam niya siguro sagot niya. Norman, hindi na siguro partner. Norman, by the way, good luck to you guys. They play the Pure Foods team dyan sa Bago City bukas, ang Santa Lucia. Norman probably scratching his head. And Senator Jaworski said, come on. I'm too old for that. Good boy si Big J. I'm too old for that. So, alam niya na sino siguro sagot dyan.
No need to phone a friend.
I miss those two friends of mine a lot. She said, second shot clock, unaware ang mga players that they did not have the full 24 after that violation. Now the illegal defense was called, even though that's on the strong side, because one of the players was backing off. Hindi yung aggressive double teaming after the double team came already, no? And they were still parang creating a zone type of defense against the guy who had the ball.
At yun yung clarification na hiningi ni Coach Louis Alas sa mga referees.
But that has been called in this conference. It's not the first time. It has happened in the first half that was let go.
Nagmamadali na naman ang Barangay Ginebra. Jones sa ilalim. 2 points.
Well, this guy's a fighter. That's one thing you like about Mark Jones. Jerry had a shot there earlier. Back-to-back shots from the same area for Jerry. And so he likes playing with Taulaba because that creates some opportunities for him rather than having to be defended by the best big man of the other team.
That's right. And now Ginebra San Miguel's lead whittled down to 2.
You look at Jerry defend on June. They can't even get the ball to him. It has to be great. Mark Jones who has to work against Brandon Williams. Seconds on the shot clock.
Almost beat the shot clock. Here's Williams with Taulava. Great bounce pass.
No.
But Helterbrand gets in the way of Asi Taulava.
And he also held him down. He knocked it ball out. So that's the reason why. Tingnan mo ito, ha. This is a nice pass. He's held down there. Never taken steps, but he's held down.
Magbabalik yung bola sa Barangay Ginebra. It's now with Helterbrand. Good matchup. Limpot versus Codinera. Codinera gets the better of it. Ito na si Asi. Oh!
Nadulas siya. And the ball goes off the body of Calpito, no?
Oh, that had to hurt. And I'm talking literally.
Tignan natin ito, no? I really don't know why medyo madulas ngayon. Well, it rained kanina. Let's see, the ball goes and hits the head of Calpito on the way out. So, doon rin ang bola. 18.6 seconds left in the third quarter. Shot clock is off. Yan ang mga nakakatawa pero hindi nakakatawa para sa player. No?
Tama.
That hurts. He lost a possible 2 points there. It hurts. They'll go for the last shot here. He never open for the three-point shot.
Williams can put it up.
He does, but he doesn't make it.
That would have counted, but after three
Obviously,
quarters.
almost the second quarter where Ginebra took a three-point advantage and have a 2-point lead here. Low-scoring ball game, better.
Those statistics brought to you by QuickType, the all-in-one glue technology by Loctite. At ang dami no, para sa talk and text phone pals ng mga fast break opportunities. Limpot now will head to the line for two.
On a foul by Jerome Hercito. Talk and text playing with their two legitimate point guards in the backcourt. No? So they're alternating their point big guard, playing small lineup actually here. Taulaba also resting with Camaso back in the ball game. By the way, pare, I just like to say to my player, si Lordy Togade, who's been injured, he didn't play the other game dahil medyo he has, I think, influenza, no? Nandun sa hospital yan, watching this game, together with yung manager namin, si Tony Chua, na nag-aalaga sa kanya.
Get well soon, of course.
Yeah, we need him. Well, we have a game Sunday. I don't know if he can play, so it has to be after that. No?
Yung ba yung flu na umiikot ngayon?
I don't know. I think might be. Might be. Hope it doesn't affect anybody anymore. No? Marami rin mga ating mga kabataan dyan na nagkakasakit dyan. No?
Sinasabi nila, it's a new strain of virus.
That's probably it. No?
Import versus import.
That's a nice move. And he heard the whistle, so he threw it up. He get 2 free throws. Kung di niya tinuloy yun, isa side yun, di ba? So, medyo mautak. Williams just been struggling the whole night. I mean, he's made some shots, and he's got some momentum from time to time, but he has not been consistent tonight.
And I think that's been going on the entire conference. Yung mga ibang games na nakikita ko sa kanya, Doc.
He got 40-something.
Walang mintis. Minsan naman talaga, walang mabili na basket.
Still a 3-point lead here being enjoyed by the Kings. We're in the fourth quarter. Kagiwa makes that move, jump shot. Williams with a rebound.
Takes it in all the way. That's going to be short.
Yeah.
Masyado siya nang gigigil dun, Doc. Magtulis. Take a look at some more numbers. The assist.
Talk and text 8-2 in the third quarter. That's the reason they got themselves back in the ball game.
And those stats brought to you by QuickType, the all-in-one glue technology by Loctite. Ball stays with Barangay Ginebra.
6 seconds on the shot clock.
6 seconds left on the shot clock, Anthony. 10 minutes and 18 left in this fourth and final quarter.
Quick play ang kailangan dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Jones finds room, but misses.
Yeah, he didn't make the layup. No? Nice escape act.
Nalibre siya ron, Doc.
Yes.
Under 10 minutes to play here in this ball game. Taulava getting ready to check back in.
Jerry again open. He's been the hot hand. He's been the hot hand.
And we know he can make those jumpers.
Well, we've seen at least 6 points on jumpers dito sa second half. So, tuwan-tuwa.
Limpot having a difficult time against Codinera.
Referees don't, trying to help each other out there.
And it stays with the Kings. New shot clock. A full shot clock at 24.
The way they're going, if somebody gets to 80, should win the ball game here.
Malamang.
Yeah, unless it goes to overtime, then it might go higher. But the way it is, you get to 80, you win the ball game.
Williams gets the pass.
Nice fake.
So many fakes. Loses the ball though. Nobody watched Camaso.
Oh, and it turns out to be a blessing in disguise, a possible three-point play.
Number 44, is his fourth, second team foul. Public means
Watch it again.
free throw for Don Camaso.
Jerry with a nice assist pass. No look, actually. No.
Nabigla sila lahat doon. That piece of mega action was brought to you by PLDT Mega Million Sweepstakes to 135. Dial 1351 for a chance to win. Araw-araw ang bola, milyon-milyon ang pera sa Mega Million Sweepstakes 135.
After falling behind by 8 again in the third quarter, Talk and Text takes a 2-point lead now, 59-57.
Balik sila kay Limpot.
The double team there, Limpot moves away. Makagiwa will take that long one. 3-point shot, PLDT.
That was brought to you by 40 cents PLDT IDD. Anytime, anywhere, any PLDT phone.
Sinagot kaagad ni Kagiwa yung 3-point shot, yung 3-point play ni Don Camaso. There's the double team. Williams waits for it.
Almost a steal, completed by Kagiwa.
Stepping on the line, ball will go back. But only 7 seconds on the shot clock for Talk and Text.
Papalitan yung Cruz brothers. The veterans, Baldavid and Vergel-Meneses check back in.
7 seconds on the shot clock, 7 seconds to shoot.
Obviously did after that particular play. No?
Lahat nga ng mga Ginebra fans dito biglang tumayo.
7 seconds left on the shot clock. Gonna get it to Williams. Gonna take the shot. You're not gonna wait for anybody.
That's short. Another opportunity para sa Talk and Text.
By the way, Pablo has come back in the ball game together with Asi Taulaba. Pinahinga muna sila Jericho Ginebra. Medyo maganda linaro talaga no para sa Talk and Text.
I'm sure we'll see him back before this ball game is over.
Pablo, nice jump shot at the corner. But you cannot give him agawan pa
Relax muna
sila.
tayo.
Oh, pero no need to rush. The red shirts transition defense has come back. Relax muna tayo. Good curl there by Williams. Takes it all the way. And Asi just grabs it from Jun Limpot. Power play by Asi Taulaba.
Pinakita talaga niya na gusto niya talaga yung 2 puntos na yun. At ngayon, labang na po ng 3 ang Talk and Text.
7 minutes left dito sa ating fourth and final quarter. Ginebra knows they gotta score on this play.
That's why they go to Baldavid. His fadeaway, super Vulcasil tapal there from Vic Pablo.
Foul number 33, Victor Pablo, his first 13 foul.
Pablo will pick up his first foul.
Free throws for Wilmer Ong.
Both teams have only 2 team fouls, which is just right here at the 6:48 mark. No? You played defense well without getting into foul trouble. Mahirap naman yung maaga kang foul trouble pag papupuntay mo sa free throw line on every defensive foul that you make or loose ball. No? Wilmer Ong, his first point of the ball game yata yan, no, pare?
That's correct. Well, primarily being tasked to just guard Asi Taulaba. Siguraduhin na hindi siya makakuha ng mga offensive boards.
Get some rebounds, set some picks. Yan ang talagang role ni Wilmer Ong. And he gets 2 points from the free throw line.
Yan, bonus na yan para sa Barangay Ginebra.
And they'll take it. He's a veteran. Sometimes underrated ito si Wilmer, but you ask him to do a job, he'll do it for you. Pick and roll play. Williams just takes his... nobody can stop him on that.
3 na nga yung kaharap niya ron.
There was a tough pick set by Asi Taulaba to get him away from his man.
Meneses to the hole.
Block. Wilmer Ong goes to the free throw line again. Just a scrapper. Yun ang tinatawag natin dyan, a scrapper.
Foul number 7
Well, a while ago, he was 100% from the line. He got 2 out of 2. Ngayon, babalik na naman siya ron.
Sigurado may konting kumpiyansa yan nung nasa sa kanya na yan. Kung hindi papalit ang kanyang pulso. Pero yung kumpiyansa siguro nandyan yan.
65-62 is our score. 3-point lead for Talk and Text.
Ayun, nawala na. Umudba pulso eh. Yung pagbitaw pa lang yun, maatras na siya. That means he knew there was something wrong. Now, Ginebra lacks one defensive rebounder. If he takes that shot, it's going to be automatically violation. So, kaya tumakbo dun yung isang defensive player for the rebound play. He gets one. Okay na yun, 3 out of 4 from the free throw line.
That's 3 bonus points. Cuts that 3-point lead of Talk and Text to just a basket. Pablo na naman.
Same shot. Set up by Williams. Pick and roll on one side. Pablo spotting up at the corner.
Jones wants to tie it up. Well, not quite.
Still down by
3-point
one.
shot, down by 1, yes. That was a long-distance shot brought to you by 40 cents. PLDT IDD. Anytime, anywhere, any PLDT phone.
Fourth personal foul on Wilmer Ong. The step back shot here. Mega move by Mark Jones.
And yes, that mega action brought to you by PLDT Mega Million Sweepstakes 135. Dial 1351 for a chance to win. Araw-araw ang bola. Milyon ang pera sa Mega Million Sweepstakes 135.
Pablo, long one. Camaso with an easy rebound. All he had to do was contain against Baldabid. Williams. We're going to stop Taulaba here.
At sabi ni Asi Taulaba, basta dito sa loob ng paint, bahay ko to eh.
This is my house, my territory. I have the rights here. The Torrance rights.
At sino naman ang makakalaban doon sa kanya, no? And I think Jun Limpot could also be tired.
Yeah, Jun's not going to give up that foul and give him a possible 3-point play. He was off position. Naagawan yun. May violation called against Barangay Ginebra. Blessing para sa kanila yun. Kundi baka magkaroon pa ng layup si Fran. No? May 3-second violation called against the Kings.
This quarter is brought to you by Siemens Mobile Phone.
69-66.
One-hander. No.
You know, Taulaba didn't follow. He could have had a chance at an offensive rebound.
Jones all the way inside. Not that time.
Ball's going to stay with the Kings.
Fast approaching crunch time. Jones sa labas. Hindi pa pasok.
Pick and roll. Well, look at where Pablo is. He's going to be open. Pero maganda agaw ni Jones, ha?
Jones has played tremendous defense. And an assist to LIMPOT-MENESES brings Barangay Ginebra to within 1.
No, Jones is not very flashy. Pero he does a lot of effective things para dito sa kuponan ng Barangay Ginebra. Kaya parang gusto rin siya ng makakampi niya eh. Dahil hindi siya medyo what we say buhaya. Eh, diba?
At lumalaban parate, no? Dumidepensa. Team player.
Yeah, team player.
Limpot hook. It's good. And now he gives Barangay Ginebra a 1-point lead.
With 3 minutes and 31 seconds left. 70-69. Tatawag ba ng timeout dito ang ano? Hindi. Binigay yung bola kay Brandon Williams and Ginebra's fans are alive. So, oh, that's a deliberate foul. You're holding him down. You never went after the ball and that's a good call by referee Guaro. It's free throw shots plus possession.
Welcome back to the Cuneta Astrodome here in Pasay City. There you have the Big Nine, where you can watch the action just as it's being played on your television sets. 7:69 is our score. Williams makes the first. Ties it all up. 3:17 remaining sa ating laro. Anthony Suntay here with the Dr. Andy Howe.
Been a very good game against the second-ranked team, seeded team right now in the tournament, against the 5th place team. Brandon Williams, who making the 2 free throws. Ball possession stays with the talk and text team dahil deliberate foul yung tinawag kay Will Marong. That was also his 5th personal foul. So it's Calpito now picking up Asitaw Laba. Both teams have 14 fouls, so they have 1 foul to give before they get into penalty.
Balik sila kay Williams.
And he's going to put that high pick and roll play.
And that play has really worked for them.
Fran, another one of those scrappy players, picks up rebounds when you don't expect him.
Isa pang player na parating lumalaban. Williams for 3. Not that time.
Oh, tumama yung bola sa paa ni Baldavid dahil nagkaka-pinball yung bola ron, you know. Wala talaga makakuha. So, another chance dito para sa talk and text. Williams has taken a ton of shots here. But he did give them the lead on that free throw, on those free throws. Taulaba waiting for the double team. Fran is open.
His 3
2-point shot.
is money. Nope. Just a long 2. Lamang na ngayon ng 3 ang talk and text sa labas.
Look at Verhel there against Fran. Oh, overshot it.
Well, the shot clock was winding down. It was at 4 when Verhel took that jumper.
It was too far out. No?
The last 2 minutes is brought to you by Barcelona Brandy de España. A toast to life.
Bigla naging 5 ang lamang dito ng talk and text. Jones with a 3-point shot. Mabigat ka, PLDT long distance shot.
That is a huge one because that brings them to within 2. 1:45 to play. Fran from the other side.
Also a PLDT long distance shot.
Bumawi sila ron.
So 5 na lamang with 1.5 minutes left. Be the last provincial game that we have. That one in Batan. I don't know if there's any more after that.
Might be, yes. We're winding up our elimination round here for the Governor's Cup.
He's going to move that ball. And he's going to be open.
Ejercito will not be able to get that off.
So 48.1 seconds left. Just a 1-possession game. It's a 3-point lead being enjoyed by talk and text.
Masama yung spacing na ron. Jones inside. Finds Limpot. Limpot overshoots.
And now Ginebra, well, they got a foul because talk and text doesn't even have to a foul to get into penalty.
They wasted about 7 seconds there, Doc.
Yeah. Maybe
22nd timeout now called.
Maybe they probably thought they had time yet, no?
And covering up that ball.
Actually, hindi nila gusto mangyari yun, referring to Ginebra. They wanted to cover everybody on the strong side. Force the inbounder to make a cross-court pass where you have a good chance of stealing the ball. And there are some fans of Barangay Ginebra obviously not happy with some fans of the talk and text team, but you know, everybody has his right, his or her right. Teka muna, magkamali ako.
And it's all in good fun, I think. You know, yung mga Barangay Ginebra fans dito sa likod natin, nakangiti naman eh. Nangangantsaw lang.
Ginebra has timeouts to do, and if they make the shot, because Ginebra has 2 timeouts, they can call another timeout. They will. They will.
.3 seconds remaining. Barangay Ginebra looking for a 3. Kagiwa tries one.
Yes.
It's money.
They're not looking for a 2-point shot. They're going to have to foul right away.
That was a PLDT IDD long distance shot.
Alam mo, obvious na obvious yun because they took out Jun Limpot. Every other guy that's on the team right there could shoot a 3-point shot. They didn't want to put a 2 because even if you get the 2, you put no pressure. The other team is up by 3 and they will have possession. So they wanted to put some pressure by making, and this is a big 3-point shot here.
But of course, Doc, that's also a hit or miss situation.
Well,
pag hindi pumasok yung long shot na yun, tapos na yung laban.
What happens if you lose by 1 or 2? Same thing, or 5, the same thing. So, of course, the quotient could apply, but it could only. But Mobile Tex is moving away, no? So they went all out there. They gambled, hoping to be able to put some pressure. Now, of course, if he makes only 1 out of 2, may chance pa sila. Meron pa sila isang full timeout.
It will turn out to be a good gamble.
Yeah. There it is.
And there's the miss from Brandon Williams.
That's all right. There's no problem there. They take away Kagiwa because if they make the shot or if they get the rebound, they'll call a timeout and they can put Kagiwa back into the ball game. They only wanted to make sure about this, having some big men for the rebound play.
Brandon Williams has to make this to put more pressure on Barangay Ginebra.
Yeah, they have the timeout to call.
Dr. Andy Howe, and take a look at some numbers.
Ginebra has done well from 3-point shooting.